football world, football lives world, football hooligan world. Once again, the intrepid, that boy Diablo Dick, Diablo Miami Casuals, Diablo TV. Like, subscribe, do things you're supposed to do. And I'm gonna come to you with part 2 in this vital series. Top boys, top lads. Who's the top boys of the English hooligan scene? So, I gave a disclaimer, right? Because in the comments in the first vid, right? And this came from comments, because somebody was naming people, and I said, what do you, if you don't, I was bantering with somebody, and then they didn't know who Dante Hawkins was from Tottenham Yids. You don't know, who do you know? If you don't know who he is, you don't know the score or what's going on right now. He's one of the main guys around. So anyway, making videos and everything. So I wrote some names, that became the premise of part 1. My mate Riaz Khan, cheers mate, he Leicester Baby Squad, he wrote, no, I'm not a top boy, I never said I was a top boy, that face. So the thing about it is this, and for an American, it's not the same as a gang leader per se, or president, vice president. It's not as organized like that. In some firms you got a top lad, the other ones you got a bunch of top boys, you know what I mean? So with that being said, it's loose, and in the comments you could say whatever if somebody's the top lad or the main man or whatever it is, but these to me are the top figures of the English football scene. To me, I look at these guys, I'm more interested in this than the players. The players have their place, but our game is off the pitch, let's say, terraces and such. So, part 2, top boys, English football hooliganism. Number 1, in no certain order, Bill Gardner. Yeah, I don't know everything about him, but he's OG pre-ICF, West Ham, in the city firm. You already know Bill Gardner. I'll put it out there, you guys can say what you want. He's before the time of the firms as such, but before they had the names like that. But you guys in the comments, you could give me the details. Number 2, Carlton Leach, again ICF. I come to know of him from a Rise of a Foot Soldier movie. He makes videos, he talks, so he's a well-known guy and everything. I believe he has books. I'd like you to meet him. I'd like you to know more about his tale. You could tell me, but Carlton Leach, ICF show, Rise of the Foot Soldier. Number 3, Andrew Porter. He's Burnley Suicide Squad, right? I already knew him. I started watching, I saw Real Football Factories around 2007. Right? That's how long ago I was into this and everything. Back in Fort Lauderdale Strikers, trying to get it going for there. So the thing is, I knew who the Andrew Porter was at Suicide Squad, Burnley Suicide Squad. I knew who it was. But one time, after I had done the Millwall video, and I come out with a channel and this and and I'm online bantering with guys, and some night I'm all up all night on the beak, and next thing on the mushies, and it was gonna be Man U United, right? United versus Burnley, and so then I was gonna go watch a match with some other United Red Army supporters here, and I'm online bantering, Burnley, who's Burnley? I'm on Steve Holden's group, other football group. Who's Burnley? I never heard of these guys. You think they're really gonna show up? I was taking a piss out of Burnley, but it was a laugh. People said Burnley, Suicide Squad, So anyway, I respect Suicide Squad. I know who Burnley is. And then the Andrew Porter, he done an interview on the UK Casual site, and I thought it was pretty smooth. He said he was talking about the fashion, and donkey jacket, Dr. Martin, skinhead style. And then they asked him, what do you think about the football? It is. He says, I don't give a fuck about the football. I thought that was slick. Anyway, I want to read his book, Suicide Squad. Moving on, speaking of books. Before we get to the other one, number 4, a friend of mine, Sheridan Davey, TCE Central Element. 6'6" professional boxer, Central Element on his trunks. Top unlicensed boxers. Proper casual, still wear a flick haircut. Made of mine, EBB effort boot boys. So that man never said he's the top man, the top lad, but everybody in the whole city of Plymouth respects that man. Out of all hooligans, he's respected by the general community as well. I'm talking about Sheridan Davey. Hey baby, I'm busy, easy. Now then, number 5, Tony O'Neill, Red Army United, Red Army General. So I don't know that much about him, maybe because he don't talk in the video. I haven't read his book yet. I mean to. Tony O'Neill, maybe one day I'd like to meet him. Manchester United, Red Army General, you already know. Moving on, an influence of me to say, M6, Harriet Dog, Millwall, F-Troop, right? So I seen that Millwall Panorama 77 documentary, a long time ago, it was 20 years ago, something like that. So I've always area dog. A good game of football, a good piss up and a good punch out. Hey, it's on Millwall. So rest in peace. He passed away. Rest in peace, Harry Dog. Millwall, F Troop, you already know. Moving on. Again, somebody who passed away. Sorry to say. Number 7, Jordan Langdon. Scunthorpe Casuals. He was a young lad. I ended up this George Mumby chap ended up getting me into it with Scunthorpe, but he's not really a lad like that. You know what I mean? Maybe he's a mascot or something. But I ended up meeting the top lad online, and we talked stuff. Jordan Langdon. I was meant to go to Scunthorpe to meet him, and sadly he took his own life. And then I'll put a link below. They got his people put together a suicide, mental health type of group. Break the stigma. I'll put a link below. So rest in peace, Jordan Langdon, Scunthorpe Casuals. Moving on. Number 8, Hartlepool, Blue Order. A man like Ian Bailey. So I've done a video about them and stuff, and I seen him talking. I respect the man. I like what he say. It's an addiction and everything. So if you have a chance in Real Football Factories, they get the Hartlepool, the Blue Order, and they got the Ian Bailey. I believe it's Real Football Factories. I remember exactly what I saw. Moving on, number 9, Birmingham Brum Zulus. Talking about David George. Again, somebody will say, oh, he's not a top man, he's not the top lad, whatever. He's a face, like Riaz Khan says, he's one of the top boys of me. But he had an impact on me, because like I said, I saw the Real Football Factories after I had already gotten into it. I had already read Among the Thugs, seen Football Factory, ID, everything else. And this is back in 2007. And then when I saw the Zulus and stuff, I'm a Zulu chapter 3, it's different, but still, I seen him in multicultural, and I seen him talking, and the way he was talking about everything in an epic scale, it's a bit like that movie Braveheart, isn't it? You know, and you got a lad here, and you got a lad there, and he's a good lad. You look to the right, he's a good lad. You look at the front, he's a good lad. Look at the back, he's a good lad. So anyway, the David George, I believe he got a book out there. If he got a book, I'd like to read him. Birmingham Zulus. Finally, number 10, Garrett Clark, FEC. Force Executive Crew. Force Executive Crew, yeah. Nottingham Forest. So that's like the man, like the Maniac Mitchell, where he come from. And this Gary Clark, I seen him talking and everything like that in some videos, and I respect the man. I like what he had to say and everything like that. So I think he's the top lad of the FEC, if I'm not mistaken. And finally, number 11, this is the unofficial. Somebody I tried to find is the Farmer. And he's the top guy of Portsmouth. He's the top lad. I went to Portsmouth looking for him, innit? I couldn't find him. So Farmer, if you out there somewhere, I'm looking for you, baby. And I got a scheduled score with you. That's all for now. Stick around for part 3.